Kids were frightened and they told me, Mommy, I don't want to go back.
Concerned residents talk about the conditions at Warren's Stonegate Place Apartments after a fire there in January. They say the fire was just one of many issues at the complex. Residents say they're still waiting for what's next after the fire forced them out, but they're not hopeful.
27 Investigates looked into the HUD-subsidized owner and found a pattern of neglect with complaints coming from the tenants. Digital reporter Chelsea Simeon shares the details.
It was just horrifying. I was like, I can't go back because I was too traumatized from it.
Leaking pipes, graffiti, and mold, not to mention a lack of security. WKBN found that Stonegate's owner has a history of problems at other properties, including in New York, where the state's attorney general forced the sale of the company's 4 properties under Stonegate's affiliate, Green National. One of the apartment complexes in New York caught city leaders' attention after the murder of a 93-year-old who was killed by an intruder. The suspect stayed in the victim's apartment until police were called for a welfare check weeks later. In Canton, a building there sits vacant, forced into receivership for serious violations.
Their inspections, and as they would come back and report, we started to find the horrifying conditions that existed inside the building.
While those in Canton took action to get HUD involved and pull its subsidy from Green National, Warren City Councilman Todd Johnson said he is reluctant to take the same approach here.
We continue down a path where we have to make a more drastic move where that subsidy can be transferred, or if there were new ownership or some sort of arrangement, that we don't punish the tenants for something that is not their fault.
Johnson has been holding meetings with Stonegate tenants for about 2 years, but said management has been mostly unresponsive. City officials and former tenants shared these images of the conditions inside Stonegate. Johnson said the city is looking for ways to increase accountability for landlords. He says the civil fines against the company are minimal, and while Stonegate is in disrepair, he knows there are other properties in the city that are in similar, if not worse, situations.
Fortunately, smaller cities that have been economically devastated become targeting grounds for these out-of-state property management companies to come in, buy up cheap properties with a lot of low-income subsidized residents, and basically neglect them while they collect all sorts of income.
It's a situation that makes housing tough to find for some.
I hate to say it, but for low-income residents in this area, it's not a great time to be looking for suitable living, especially in our larger apartment complexes, because it is very tough, especially those that are privately owned.
Troy Green is the contact person for Stonegate. WKBN has been unable to reach him or another person affiliated with Green National by phone, email, or certified mail. In Warren, Chelsea Simeon, 27 First News.
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsay Watson. Thanks for watching the WKBN 27 First News YouTube channel. If you want more video news, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the WKBN 27 First News app for breaking news alerts.